Good evening. This is the Verbal Nonsense Podcast. I'm Joel.
And I'm Todd. And it is evening. You're right. We're recording this Friday night instead of Saturday morning, so there you go. Joel's still
So good.
drinking coffee. I'm drinking chamomile tea so I can sleep. No, I'm not. I'm not.
I'm drinking cappuccino, but whatever.
My evening caffeine. Okay.
Ugh.
My goodness. I have nothing interesting. I had to. I do later. I was actually. My mother. I take. Start again. My mother gave me this fascinating book of thousands and thousands of useless facts. I lost it
Oh no.
while cleaning my room. I cleaned my room. Can't find it.
Well,
No idea
well,
where
that's
it's
why
at.
you lost it.
Can't find it. No idea where it is.
I used to lose stuff every time my mom cleaned my room when I was younger.
That was weird. Oh, man. Itchy nose. No, I was really, I've been looking for it because there's so many fascinating things in there that you'll forget 2 seconds later. I read
Story of
quite,
my life.
yeah, I read quite a bit of it and I can't remember any of them. So, but, oh, yep. I don't
Do you
know.
want to get this
Say,
started, or do you want me
nah,
to?
you go ahead. You go ahead. In fact, I'll be right
Oh,
back. Go ahead and get started.
I don't know. I ain't getting
I
started
gotta
with that.
sneeze really bad.
Oh my goodness. Well, what we'll do while Todd's gone is we'll just sit here and make fun of Todd because
My
that's
face,
what we do.
my face exploded.
Sorry to hear that.
Yep.
Yeah, your face seemed to remain intact though, unless your beard is what
Yeah,
happens after you sneeze.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Oh my goodness, I don't even know if I want to discuss this video or not. Somebody sent me a video on Facebook Messenger, which is always really risky. Watching them, one of them, this guy commits a very heinous crime. He is waiting for the police, I guess, to show up, gets impatient, and commits suicide. Um, yeah, okay, you're looking at me. It was the guy recording it is narrating the entire time. I, I,
eh,
I don't know why I found it humorous. And then when the guy shoots himself, it's just like, oh, wow, now it's serious. And then, the guy goes on to say, but anyway, it reminded me of face exploding. The image was like, it's very poor quality video. I'll just say that right off the bat. But it for one single frame, it looked exactly like the package, like the wrapper for a Warheads candy. It was
eh.
eerie. It was so eerie. I kept scrolling and I'm like, just frame by frame. I'm like, is this even real? Maybe, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I sneezed really hard. I'll edit it out. If anybody heard it. I don't know.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty sure it happened in Mississippi, which leads me straight into Otis Lathman, who's 47, and his best buddy Russell Sparks, who's 48, who tried to win it big at the lottery. And by win it big, they turned in $100,000 ticket that the numbers were actually the winning numbers were actually glued on to. They were actually just glued on. They just glued them. This happened actually. I actually wanted to talk about it last week, so it's actually like 10 days ago. But I'm not understanding the charge that they were given. Mississippi, actually, every state words their charges very strangely. We have idiots here in Missouri, so if you rob a place, you just get arrested for robbery. But if you counterfeit, you get arrested for giving fake stuff. But in Mississippi, they were charged with uttering counterfeit instrument over $1,000. Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah.
I give him an A for effort? I don't know.
Well, speaking of misspelling things, Otis his name is spelled Odis. It's not even a cool Otis. It's an Otis.
Otis.
Yeah, Otis. I don't know. Just dare to be different. And Russell was only spelled with one L. I don't know what's going on over there. It's just anarchy.
They're running out of letters.
Had to mix and match, just like oh goodness gracious, like a mom and pop fast food marquee.
Maybe they named their children by using like the letters SpaghettiOs, the alphabet soup. They didn't have enough letters left over. Mom got hungry.
Dang it, Pa! I told you not to eat all the T's, but them the best letters. Man.
So I got a story here. Woman claims she predicted that Harry and Meghan Markle splitting from the royal family by reading asparagus spears.
Okay.
The royal family news that shocked the world apparently did not come as a surprise to one woman in England. Self-proclaimed fortune teller Jemima Packington.
Jemima Packington.
Jemima Packington is claiming that she predicted that they would step back from the royal family after reading some asparagus spears.
Jemima Packington boxes.
Apparently, she throws them up in the air and lets them fall onto a sheet and reads the asparagus.
Reads the asparagus, huh?
Yeah.
Oh
my God. When I cast the asparagus, it creates patterns, and it is the patterns I interpret. The vegetable reader explaining she inherited the ability from her aunts who read tea leaves and has been predicting the future since she was 8 years old.
What pattern does asparagus fall into that says Prince Harry is going to leave the royal family? It's like, what? She has some poor woman over who just says, I'm so worried about my husband and his liver spots. Are they cancerous? And they're like, let me consult the asparagus. And she throws them up and says, oh my gosh. And he's like, what? Are they okay? And he says, Prince Henry's gonna bail. I don't, Prince Harry, whatever. I actually saw like half a headline, and by half a headline, it was like, I saw the article, but I didn't. I was scrolling past. It's like, so why is it happening?
She says she inherited it from her aunts who read tea leaves, not asparagus spears, but that's where she inherited the ability from. Now, among her previous prophecies, she said that she alleges that she was able to predict Brexit, England winning the Cricket World Cup, Theresa May being pushed out as prime minister. Now, as for her broad 2020 predictions, she says that she foresees a real shakeup of the major political parties.
In England, I'm assuming.
Does it specify?
It sounds like she only has British psychic powers.
Sports and sporting personalities will be embroiled in scandals.
Get out.
Right? Concerns about global warming will again take center stage, but more countries will take action to minimize the threat to the planet.
Oh, really? North Korea is doing a good job.
However, she did not disclose any lottery numbers or Super Bowl projections. So,
Worthless.
Right?
Worthless. I think the jackpot's up to like 200 or 300 million or something like that right now. I would definitely throw $10 at that global warming problem if I won. Just saying, lady.
Indeed.
You could contact me with those winning numbers in our description. Our social links will be down there in the description.
Absolutely.
So
send us some numbers.
That's crazy. I also have some psychic news, more in your old neck of the woods. Because Massachusetts is really small, and everybody in Massachusetts knows each other. Tracy Milanovich. Milanovich. Tracy Milanovich. 37. So, I don't know. Guy at work who just got hired is also from California. And a guy was just like, "Hey, that new guy is from California. Do you know him?" Like, what? So, do you know this guy? I was like, California is like over 700 miles long. What do you mean? Do I know him?
How many millions of people are in California?
I'm not even going there. If there were only 2 people from California and I was one of them and he was the other one, if we didn't live within, I don't know, 100 yards of each other, I would have never met him. It's like, that's too far. I see movement. Yeah. Yeah, that's all the way across the street. I don't need to know that, man. Gosh. Anyway, I'm not gonna try her last name again. But anyway, she's 37 from Somerset, Massachusetts. Ring a bell?
I've been to Somerset, Massachusetts several times.
Well,
yes.
she is also a psychic of the Massachusetts variety. She scammed a woman out of $70,000. Telling her that the woman came in concerned for her daughter, 10-year-old daughter, and Tracy informed the woman that her daughter is possessed by a demon and only she can help her. So over the course of months, she scammed her with some charms and some oils and some, I don't know, seances, probably some asparagus stock. She had to consult her British compadres, whatever. I don't know, but Tracy got arrested finally, and there's been people coming forward of other things. So she might actually have quite a I don't know. She has an unforeseen future in the Massachusetts court. I am tripping all over myself today.
I'm pretty sure I can foresee where she's going.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. We're just going to go with jail.
She's going to the big house.
Yeah. I was going to say probably straight to Massachusetts. I don't know. Congress. But a little weird over there on the west and east. Any coast. It doesn't matter. All the coasts, they're a little weird. They're just like, you seem crazy enough. Let's give you a seat in the house.
Let's send you to Westwood. Woo.
Not the big house, the other house. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed that one. The picture of her, she's actually kind of hot. Just throwing that out there.
Fair enough.
It's just a shame she's, a con artist and psychic. Yeah. Have more I'd have more respect for her if she was just, I don't know, a stripper. Just conning men out of their hard-earned cash.
Well, I got a winner for you here.
Oh, I love winners.
Oh.
If you ain't first, you're last.
This man from Atlanta, Georgia, climbs through the drive-thru window of a Taco Bell very early on Christmas morning. He turned on the fryers, whipped himself up a meal before napping on the restaurant's floor. About 3 hours later, he woke up and fled the store, but not before making off with a laptop and a tablet.
Why? Good God.
I just think it's hilarious that he breaks in, cooks himself some food, and then lays on the floor and takes a nap.
Here lately, and it's probably because I don't eat that regularly. I kind of just eat when I'm just like, I can't move anymore. I should probably eat something. It's when I remember to eat. But then when I eat, I get really tired. It's just like...
Your buddy's like, oh man, now we got to break this down and we have no energy to do so.
Yeah, it's like, hey, thanks for the food. We're going to hang on to this for a little while. It's nap time. I see but he slept on the floor? I would have at least scooted a couple booths together.
Yeah, I watched a quick video clip. He was laying down on the tiled floor back where they do the cooking.
That guy's a monster.
That couldn't have been comfortable.
That guy's a monster. I wonder what he made. I wonder if it's better than what's on Taco Bell's menu.
I don't know.
Do you think he followed their food prep process as he's making this breakfast?
I don't know. I think I would experiment.
That'd be funny. Yeah, I'd experiment and bring back the grilled stuffed burrito and just start serving them and make thousands of dollars that day. Surely Taco Bell was closed. It was Christmas. He could have opened the doors, put out a side. Today only grilled stuffed burritos, $2, and just bam, just
Made a killing.
made a killing. I would have gone. I would have given him upwards to $6 to $7 for a grilled stuffed burrito. I would have bought many. I would have put them in my freezer. I wouldn't have questioned it. Even if he was just in there, not even wearing a uniform, I wouldn't have questioned it.
No lights on, just
It's just him. You hear something sizzling in the back. It's like, you got those burritos though, right? You got those. Don't play with me. Oh my gosh. So, did he get away?
yeah. They're still looking for him, from what I could tell in the article. I didn't see an update.
It's a shame he stole the stuff. I mean, it would have been a nicer story if he just made some food and took a
stolen.
nap. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But I think if he broke into a Taco Bell to make food, I think that was his primary goal of being there. So the tablet and the laptop was kind of an afterthought. It's like, I can't leave here empty-handed. That's safe.
I might get caught if I'm gonna get
Yeah,
arrested for breaking and entering. I should probably steal something too. Add another charge on.
taking a pocket burrito. Pocket burrito, yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of pocket food. I got that idea from The League. You ever watch The League? Their
No.
crazy cousin, whatever. He's got the pocket hot dogs. And he's just always pulling a pocket hot dog. Just eating it.
I
Like, how old
I
is
have a
that hot
friend,
dog? And he says, I don't know, but these are deep pockets, so it could be days.
I had a friend that one time we all went to IHOP. We used to go to IHOP on a regular, and so we went there. And one of our friends, he got strawberry pancakes,
Mm.
and I didn't think nothing of it. We were walking around the mall later,
No.
and I'm going. I said, "Dude, do I smell strawberries?"
No.
And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out strawberry pancakes, and he had just stuck in his pocket.
No.
Oh,
No,
yes.
no. No, not my friends.
Yep. Strawberry pancakes in the pockets.
Pocket pancake.
Coat pocket. Yep.
That guy's... he's just pushing the limits. He's pushing them hard. Oh,
my god.
my
The good old
goodness.
days.
Yeah. Man. I don't... Pocket pancake. So I may eat this later. I feel like... No. Never mind. That's just dumb. Almost as dumb as a pocket pancake. Holy cow, I'm burning through mine. What's going on here? You got another one?
I do.
I actually wrote down ones that I was going to pass on, and if we just ran out of time, I was going to talk about them, but not actually tell them because they're pretty bad. So,
Excuse me. Oh,
yeah.
goodness.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. What else you
What?
got? What else you got? Taco Bell.
So in Pine Knot, Kentucky,
Pine
drivers
Nut.
traveling along Pine Knot. Yep.
Oh, Pine Knot. I thought you said
Yeah.
Pine Nuts. I was like, well, neither one of them are very nice. I mean, I don't know. It's like White Settlement, Texas.
Apparently, they were traveling along, trying to see exactly what highway. Highway 92. And one of the highway signs, the digital ones where they put messages, said send nudes.
No. Come on, that's fake.
Officials with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet said someone had hacked through the password-protected system. The sign belonged to a contractor doing construction work on the Kentucky 92 realignment project through McCreary and Whitley counties near the Tennessee border. Driver Tavon Stevens told news outlets he noticed the clearly hacked sign while going to work. But seriously, we needed to bring awareness to it so the road departments would add cameras or add locks to the equipment to keep from distracting drivers.
You sure that's the reason? You want to add cameras to that sign? Because I'm assuming there's no phone number.
It just said send nudes.
Send nudes with the arrow pointing at a camera. It's like, if you can't send them, just go ahead and show them. Golly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need cameras above signs that say send nudes. Appreciate that. Oh, that reminds me of the old decency laws being removed from various states around the nation here in the last couple months, where of course it's equality, I guess, but now it's legal in some states for females. I'm not even going to say women, but females to go around topless as well during the summer, just like men. You've heard about this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought we talked about this before.
Did we? Yeah, we might have. It just reminded me how poor of an idea all of this is. Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I distinctly remember now that apparently in those states you could stare at topless underage women, but you can't take pictures of them because that's pornography.
Yeah.
But you can take pictures of topless women of age. I'm confused. That's why it's didn't come to Missouri, because we're too stupid to figure that one out. Send nudes, folks. That's Kentucky for you. You ever been to Kentucky? You spent a lot of time in Kentucky?
No, I've never been.
You don't want nudes from there, buddy. It's a real corn-fed kind of state.
Oh my goodness.
It's bad. It's bad. That's probably it was on an interstate, right? On the Tennessee border.
Yeah.
I don't imagine Tennessee being much better, but sticking in the same neck of the woods, Mobile County, Alabama, old Ann Riley, 19, was shot by some investigators coming to serve some warrants to a former resident of that house that she was living in. When the police knocked on the door, apparently there was quite a few of them to serve this warrant. To a Nicholas McLeod, and they knocked on the door. They don't really say how it came to this, but she had a shotgun, and they shot her multiple times. And it goes from they show up to them all being in the house, and I'm just picturing this swarm of SWAT team shooters just all being in this house gunning this 19-year-old girl down. But apparently they claim they identified themselves as police officers. They were inside the house. Still not sure about how that happened. She said she's going to survive. The interesting thing about this entire thing is that they said that the man had not lived there for months, and that he'd also already been arrested 15 hours before they showed up to that house to shoot this 19-year-old girl. I really thought that was about just icing on the cake. He was already in jail. I mean, that's the in and the out of that story. Yeah, that's the South for you. Yeah, a little slow.
Don't worry, we'll shoot you instead of him doing it. We're professionals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Apparently, he used to live there. One of his nephews lived there with old Ann Riley. And I'm still just trying to picture in my head what circumstance occurred where they come to knock on the door. And do you think she just answered the door with a shotgun?
Possibly,
You think so?
it's possible. I've seen people answer the door with a gun before.
19-year-old girls was answering doors with shotguns. I mean, come on, man. I mean, really. The first thing I'm gonna do, if I don't know, she might have been from Kentucky. She might have been 6 foot tall and corn fed. Maybe a shotgun didn't phase her. I mean, I don't know. I just
Maybe she was a 6'6" Amazon woman. You don't know.
quite possibly. That's empty. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's good police work down there in Alabama. Isn't that the same? I don't know. There's big controversy in Alabama here recently, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know. I heard it was something like state-sanctioned child molestation or something. I have no idea what's going on down there. Alabama's weird. You heard it here first, everybody. Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, and Massachusetts are all weird.
Hey! Leave Massachusetts out of it.
I already said it. It is the way. So...
You're fired.
That's fine.
Oh my goodness.
I'll take my severance pay in Twinkies, please.
You get Twinkies and a half a box of stickers. That's all you get.
Oh man, what was that? I saw a Snickers meme or something. It was like it was like a Snickers bar, but it was in a pickle. It was called Snickles. Like pickles, Snickers, Snickles. I don't know. It looked delicious. Not even close. I sure hope you have more, man. Because
I do have more.
Good. You're just staring off into space, letting me say whatever I want. That's dangerous.
Sorry, I was actually looking at my next story.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know.
Denver, Colorado. Apparently, it's one of the cities that allows the use of commercial drones and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, there's been a problem actually of swarms of drones have been There we go. Have been spotted flying across eastern Colorado and western Nebraska since mid-December, typically between the hours of sunset and midnight. And they often fly in groups and travel along seemingly coordinated grid-like paths. On the night of December 20th, the Phillips County Sheriff's Office, along with its counterparts in neighboring Yuma County, tracked more than 16 such drones. They're trying to get to the bottom of the mystery flights. They've contacted several of the facilities and businesses that use drones, and then all of them are like, nope, it's not us.
You don't think there's a drone club? They're all like, let's go have a midnight drone. I don't know. Maybe,
But,
I'm sure you're talking about after sunset,
Yep.
I'm assuming most of those businesses are closed.
Yep.
It's drones night out, baby. They're out.
Private drone companies operating in the area have also denied any responsibility. Basically, there are certain laws, like, they can only fly so many drones. Like, one operator is only supposed to be operating one drone at a time, and yet they're seeing swarms of these things moving in formations.
They're sentient. You can't put restrictions on that stuff. I mean, that's wrong. You can't bring a good drone down.
FAA regulations require certified and commercial drone pilots to register the drones.
There's no
Maintain line
pilot.
of sight.
There's no
Maintain
pilot.
line of sight on the drone while in flight. Fly
No.
at or below 400 feet. Fly only during the daytime and never over third party. And prohibit pilots from operating more than one drone at a time.
They're sentient. I already. Number 5 is alive. All right, batteries not included.
Ooh.
How many times we gotta
Show that movie?
Skynet? Come on, guys.
And they estimate that there's over 30 drones flying overhead during this time.
It's a baller club right there.
The county sheriff told 9 News that his office received several reports that some of the drones are larger than 6 feet in diameter.
Wait a minute. What?
Yep. That's a large drone.
That's a huge drone.
Yep.
I don't even want to know how much that costs. I'm going to go with UFOs now.
I was wondering,
Yep.
was that one purchased or was it created by someone in their own shop?
That's I don't know. Yeah, I would say
who have
home
that
kids.
skill.
Yeah, well, yeah, I do too. You know, or I did. I live in Missouri now. Drones scare my deer.
They don't do drones out here, just meth labs.
Scare my deer. Freaking
No drone labs out here, just meth labs.
yeah, just meth labs. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm going with aliens, Facebook drone group, or local drones gone sentient.
Maybe
One of the
Anonymous has decided to dip into drones. Aside from
Have
hacking.
you actually looked at the Anonymous website in the last year?
No.
You've heard of the Gaia Online or whatever, that crazy Mother Earth conspiracy website group thing is? You know what I'm talking about there?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know a lot about it, though.
It's basically what Anonymous HQ is turned into. I mean, they don't even report weird news anymore. It's all just like conspiracy, like deep state.
Last
whatever.
I knew, Anonymous
Yeah.
had split into like 5 or 6 different factions, and they were all fighting amongst each other. So
Yeah, well, the one that won the rights to the website are just absolutely insane crackheads who think that sand dunes are forming patterns for alien invasions and stuff. It's really, really... I mean, it's not even, like, believable off the wall stuff. It's just, like, absolute insanity. I don't know. It's like throwing asparagus in the air and knowing what's going to happen in Britain. I mean, they would have passed her off as like a local hero on that website. Yeah, seriously.
Probably.
Yeah. You know, they'll probably show up to old Tracy Milanoff living in Massachusetts and say that, how do you know that woman's daughter isn't possessed by demons? You know.
it's the Brussels sprouts, they told me.
Yeah. I was over there and I can't even go to the Walmart frozen food section because all the pain that I feel walking through there. I would watch that movie.
You would watch that?
I
movie?
would. The vegan psychic. I can see it now. The haunting of the vegan psychic. There it is. I'd watch that. It's like, the broccoli. The broccoli. It was it was torn from the ground. It did not get to grow to fruition, so it could tell me that Barack Obama's dog is going to poop differently tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know. Oh man, what else you got? Let's move on real quick.
All right, I got a history story.
Sweet. I always enjoyed those.
In World War II, Polish soldiers found a bear cub whose mother had been killed by hunters by the side of the road. One of the soldiers took the bear in and named him Wotek, and he was trained in part by a civilian refugee. Wotek was eventually enlisted as a soldier in the Polish army in order to get him on a British transport ship and given his own paybook, serial number, and rank. He was a private. He would often sleep in bunks with the other soldiers. He was said to be very fond of beer and cigarettes. He even performed actual work by helping transport supplies, including heavy boxes of ammunition. After the war, he was placed in the Edinburgh Zoo, where he lived out the rest of his life until he died at the age of 21.
Just old enough to smoke cigarettes. That poor guy. That's weird. I mean, it's like he was a bear, right? Who served in a war, and his reward was there's a zoo.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. I would have given him a house right there in the middle of town. And every time he attacked somebody, say, he's a war hero.
You leave him alone.
He's just going through some stuff.
He's suffering from PTSD.
Yeah. All those heavy boxes we forced him to carry. I'd
want some post-traumatic stress disorder. Leave him alone. It's all those cigarettes he was eating.
Yeah, all the beer and cigarette, the drunken rage, the booze brawling he did the war.
Oh, man.
Do you imagine all these Polish soldiers getting pinned down in the foxhole? There's snow just driving in. There's mud everywhere. And you just hear bombs blowing up and the clouds are all lit up. And it's pitch black. And the Germans are like, we got them now. And they start rushing. And this bear just leaps out of the trees and just starts annihilating everything. It's like, man. I'd watch.
All of a sudden, they need clean underwear.
All of a sudden, they're dead. I mean, he kills everyone. I'd watch that movie. There's a lot of movies I'd watch. I don't know. Man, you have so many good movie ideas. Directed by Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. He was a bear. Witnessed the tragic murder of his mother.
Oh, I got another World War II story here.
Illegally drafted into the Polish army in World War II.
Let's see. Mad Jack Churchill, a British army officer during World War II, was famous for going into battle with a longbow, a broadsword, and his bagpipes.
All right.
He participated in a number of raids throughout the war, including one in Norway where he jumped off the landing craft, playing a march at the Cameron men on his bagpipes before throwing a grenade and charging into battle.
Is this guy the Scottish Chuck Norris? I mean,
apparently. In 1944, he was captured in Yugoslavia after the rest of his command was injured or killed by mortar fire. As the last man standing, Churchill played Will Ye No Come Back Again on his bagpipes before he knocked unconscious by a grenade. He was taken to the Sachsenhausen concentration camp, but escaped along with a Royal Air Force officer shortly after.
How do you escape? The guy sounds like he plays the bagpipes 24/7.
Both of them were recaptured and remained at the camp until the next year, when German soldiers overthrew the SS and released the prisoners at the camp. After the war, he retired and appeared as an extra in the 1952 movie Ivanhoe.
It's interesting that you say the German forces overthrowing the SS. That's an odd bit of history in itself. I don't picture it. I
Germany
realize
was the first country invaded.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah. They blame the Germans, and it's like, they were invaded first.
Yeah. Hitler invaded Germany by being born. All right, he was Austrian or something like that. I don't care. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Not as cool as the Polish war bear.
No, 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 no.
But I mean the obsessive bagpipe playing is pretty yeah, it's not very covert. I'm assuming he wasn't like a Navy SEAL equivalent or anything like that. Loud and proud.
Oh my goodness.
Like, I really enjoy the sound of bagpipes, but I also find them extremely obnoxious too. Like when played alone. Like accompanying other things, bagpipes are about one of the coolest thing in the world. Bagpipes by themselves, though, is like one of the most annoying thing I've ever heard. Things.
I don't know. I have an appreciation for bagpipes.
Well, of course, you're
But
from Massachusetts, but I'm also
yeah,
throwing out the hand clack things, the like magnetic. You know what I'm talking about? Those metal things that kids like throw out at fairs, and it's like. I put that right up there with bagpipes being played by themselves.
fair enough.
No, I'm
Well
being
then.
ridiculous, but no, I don't know. It's just an odd instrument. Like a team of bagpipes, that's awesome. A singular bagpipe, not that cool.
Fair enough.
You know, it's like fun in numbers, but kind of weird by yourself.
We need a band with a bagpipe player, a banjo, and an accordion. There we go.
I'm pretty sure we could find a.
And
I
a 3-piece drum kit, and we'll be good to go.
think there's a drum, like, I don't know. Sure, there's a Dropkick Murphys song in there somewhere that has an accordion. I'm pretty sure they play the banjo in that too. Somewhere, I'm not sure. They got enough songs. I'm sure they've got it.
Fair enough.
They're like, what can we put to make this more Irish? I don't know what
Let's
she
add
was.
in a. Let's add in a drunken person. Oh wait.
They got like 8 of them in that band.
Yep.
Yeah, I love the Dropkick Murphys though. They're really
Me as
good.
well.
Super good band.
Shipping off to Boston.
Well, you know the song Rose Tattoo. You
Yeah.
heard that one? They actually have a version with Bruce Springsteen as well. That's actually
Oh.
really good. I went looking for it and could only find it on YouTube. But yeah, I'm out.
Was it a live performance?
I don't think it was.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Well, I got one more.
Good.
And another oldie. If
I like them. I'm enjoying them.
all right. Let's see. Months before World War II culminated in the absolute decimation of Hiroshima, the Japanese found themselves in a bit of a pinch. Making the most of the strong air current across the Pacific Ocean, the Japanese crafted what was likely the first intercontinental weapon system and attached bombs to hydrogen balloons
Yeah.
in what was known as the Fugu Campaign. Depending on weather conditions, it would take each balloon anywhere from 30 to 60 hours to reach the United States. Researchers estimate that the Japanese said sayonara to about 9,000 bombs.
I hear a few of them made it.
Actually,
Yeah.
and the bombs, this I didn't know, were approximately 33 feet in diameter.
What?
33 feet in diameter. 9,000 of these suckers, with 342 of them known to have reached the United States. Many of them landed and exploded, with one even killing a whole family in Oregon in 1944. Rumor has it there may still be dozens, potentially, still active lying around. Glad we don't live on the West Coast?
I don't know. That might be pretty exciting. A lot of people would pay a lot of money for bombs these days. Especially 30-foot diameter bombs. Sure, it's 30 feet.
That's what it says, 33 feet in diameter.
Huh.
That's a big bomb.
That's That's hard to
And then
misplace.
and 9,000 of them.
Yeah. Huh. Well then.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Speaking of balloons, did you happen to watch the Aeronauts this week?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's cool. As many times as I've said I'd watch a movie about some of the stories you've shared. Won't even watch an
No.
actual movie I recommend.
Actually, I was planning on watching it. I just couldn't remember the name of it.
Aeronauts. Balloons.
All right.
I don't know.
Go,
Get on Amazon
that's on
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it's going to be on your
There.
front page.
Okay.
Oh, man. I don't know. Some of the stories I skipped this week, I read about a man who had a horn growing out of his back, and I threw up in my mouth a little bit after seeing the pictures. It is not that cool. Some kind of weird cancer. What was growing out of his back was basically like it looked like a tongue, but made out of like toenail. It's not really a horn that you would really picture. Anyway, this thing was like that long, and it was like bloody and pussy, and I was like, no, I'm not going to share that. So I shared it with you. It was a form of cancer, SCC. I don't know. It's an extremely rare type of cancer, skin cancer, and that stuff just somehow went that far without killing him. They say it's the worst case they'd ever seen in their entire lives. It was definitely the worst case of that I have ever seen on the internet. Some fun facts. Hand dryers in bathrooms. Some of them have filters that collect the fecal matter that's in the air and then blow it directly onto your hands. So remember that next time you're in the bathroom and you want to go green and not use paper towels, and you're like, oh, electricity, doesn't harm the environment at all. Instead of using these biodegradable products over here, I'll just burn more electricity. You think of that next time. Always wash your hands after drying them. Just remember that. This is an endless cycle.
You're trapped in the bathroom forever.
Now, and I was skipping some Kentucky news of that circuit judge who was reported to have having threesomes in her chambers. Yeah.
Dang.
I can't believe you hadn't seen that?
No.
I just kept skipping it. I was just like, no, that's Kentucky. That's kind of standard. You know,
I would like to let our viewers know that we are at 50 subscribers. We are halfway to Todd doing Barbie Girl.
I almost failed to forget about that. I was so close to thinking about just not. But yeah, Barbie Girl, you want it, you'll get it.
Little bit of a...
Oh, I thought we were just going to let that trail off into an eerie silence. Get that Barbie Girl by Aqua. Actually, when Aqua came back there for a short time, maybe they're still back, I don't know, but they made the news a little bit because, we have a whole new generation of kids who grew up without Aqua because they took that long hiatus and people forgot about them. And I don't remember her name, the lead singer of Aqua. She's pretty flamboyant, pretty weird. They just riddled her with just slander, saying that she was a Lady Gaga wannabe. I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yep. And I'm really, really kind of disappointed Lady Gaga didn't jump out there and say, actually, they're kind of an inspiration of everything I do. I have to say I like Aqua a lot more than Lady Gaga. It's just me. I jammed out to all of their hits. Do enjoy them.
Oh.
It's not even a guilty pleasure. It's not.
Of course it isn't.
It's not. I would actually leave their CDs in the passenger seat when I was driving, and friends would say, hey, let's go over here or something like that. I was like, all right, cool, I'll be by in a little bit. And They would open the door, they would see the CD, and I'd say, "What? You wanna ride or not?" Then they'd like, "Seriously, Aqua?" And I say, "Apparently you don't." And then I drive off. So, yeah, I'll defend Aqua for a long time. Yeah.
I guess that's equivalent to me telling someone to get out of my store because they insulted Iron Maiden.
Yeah, that's close. Kind of. I mean,
Walking into my store and hearing me playing Iron Maiden, and they're like, "Why don't you put on some real metal? Why don't you get out of my store?"
wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, I love metal. It's not my favorite style of music, but I really appreciate it. But like the metal I listen to, I guess is more modern than Iron Maiden. But if Iron Maiden is kind of the staple, it's pretty much like Sabbath then Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
kind of. Ish. I don't know. There's a dozen bands you could toss in there, but that's one of the that's one of the ones.
Fathers of metal.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Of course,
Iron Maiden, Judas Priest.
Yeah, metal is not really. I don't know. It's weird because if you look, because there's like hair metal, of course, like Motley Crue and stuff like that. People think it died out in like the early 90s. There are still new bands coming out today that have that same sound.
Yep.
And it's like, and a lot of those bands still tour. So that it never died. It just kind of like took a backseat to something else. And I don't know where I was going with that other than the fact that there's a lot of metal out there and none of it sounds the same as the other one.
There's something I gotta look up real quick.
Okay, you do that. Rings of Saturn is a new one that I found recently. It's not new. They've been out for a while. I just started listening to them. Dude plays an 8-string guitar and he's all over that thing like crazy. It's the most amazing thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I think it's technically deathcore metal, but it's so technical. Yeah, their instrumentals are crazy. Go ahead. You're excited.
No, my favorite.
Please read it.
No. I started to look it up and then I remembered what the name of it was.
Oh, okay.
Because it was always the hardcore new metal people play some Pantera. No, don't get me wrong. I liked Pantera.
I didn't.
I did. I liked Pantera, but I had other bands that I liked way more.
Yep.
And they were making fun of Iron Maiden and some of the hair metal I was listening to, and I was like, did you know Pantera's first album they put out was a hair metal album? They're like, what? No, it was
Dimebag Darrell used to be named Hairspray Darla.
Oh, they had the 80s hair metal hair going on, and
don't hate me for saying that about Dimebag. He was great. Even
a lot of people think their first album was Cowboys from Hell. It was not. Yeah. They had an album which they just Phil Anselmo refused to acknowledge called Metal Magic. So people who may be watching this that like Pantera, go look it up. Have fun listening to that bit of magic.
I might look it up. It might be the one Pantera album I enjoy. Have you ever listened to early oh goodness gracious, what's a I keep thinking Rob Zombie, excuse me, early White Zombie, back when his voice was high.
Yeah, and it was White Zombie before it was Rob Zombie.
Yeah, no, but yeah, even early White Zombie. Oh, when he made the switch to Rob Zombie, I wrote it off for a long time. Still don't like it, but I can appreciate it. No, White Zombie was cool, but like early White Zombie it's weird. It's not that, I don't know what industrial metal sound like. Goodness gracious, I can't. Astro Freak and what was the other one? But
I just have to.
No. Shut the door. Oh no, stop it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was just trying to show the picture.
You're just trying to get copyright strike. Eh, that's crazy.
But that's
Whoa. Yeah. That's that's something. That's something.
uh
Well, with that, I think we rambled on enough. Um, Golly, that's a hard image to get out of my mind. That's bad.
oh, I can find worse.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, there's just no end to it.
And that's not the only picture of them from that era. So I
Well,
mean,
that's good. You guys can feel free to go check that out. I certainly will not. And
oh, but you'll go listen to the album, right?
yeah, definitely.
That terrible artwork. Oh my goodness.
I hope so. I hope it's real bad.
Oh,
I hope it's. I mean, you listen to Viking Metal at all? Like,
I have. Yeah.
yeah, check out some of that album art. It's like, it's, if you're into castles and witches and stuff like that, that's cool. But I mean, these guys need to get a new box of markers. It's horrible.
Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the band. Phil and Summo tried like a Viking metal, black metal side band for a bit, and
A
yeah,
friend
that
of
didn't.
yours, or
No, Phil and Summo, the singer from Pantera,
oh, all
and
right.
it was garbage. But
Yeah, Viking black metal is garbage. I'm gonna just say that right off the bat, and right all over the bat, everywhere around the bat, all over the ballpark.
all the bases, the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, it's just the name of the game. Period. Viking black metal is bad. Black metal in itself is not good, but it's not quite bad. But when you start
The
mixing,
music to it
yeah,
is usually actually pretty good.
yeah, Viking metal is just slower power metal. That's just how I feel about it. It's it's just slower power metal singing even more about dragons and warlocks, and not as much. "Ah."
But does it gent?
No, it doesn't gent at all. This guy's barely shred. Power metal shreds. But going
Gent
back
is,
to Rings of Saturn, talk about shredding. Check those guys out. That guy is a monster. Um, Absolute beast. I I don't even know. I don't even know what he sets his metronome to. I've watched some of his videos in his home studio, and it's just like it. What am I sounding? It just sounds like I can't even move my finger that fast without looking perverted. And with that, I'm going to call this show to a close. Yeah, check us out on Facebook. Check out our I don't know. Check out our links in our description. We've got Facebook. You can find me on Twitter. You can find Joel on Twitter. You can find me everywhere else.
and somewhere in the future, we're gonna have a second channel.
That is correct. I was not sure if I was ready to actually say anything about that or not. Apparently, I am.
Okay.
There will be no link in the description for that because it is not a thing yet.
It's not ready.
It's just not ready. You're not ready.
It's under construction.
It's under various constructive tools. Yeah. Dude, do you remember the Missy? You remember the Missy Elliott album "Under Construction" or whatever that was? Do you remember that one? Every song started out, "This is a Missy Elliott exclusive." It's like, yeah, it's your album. But anyway, this is a Verbal Nonsense exclusive, and that's Joel, and I am Todd, and I hope you had a wonderful time.
Thanks for watching.